So Battlefield 4 finally came to Steam after years of it being out on Origin and Xbox for the price of a sandwich. It's currently on sale, and to be fair, the sale is a month long, which is good to see, but still, this is not a good price for a game that's 7 years old. The game was on the Xbox 360 for Christ's sakes. So, I bought it. I had to install Origin. I see you, EA. I fucking see you. I get in the game, time to play some good old Battlefield 4. And there's nobody playing? I managed to quick find my way into a server which I guess just didn't exist on the playlist for some reason, and OBS stretched this footage way out of the screen's actual transform, and there's actually no audio, but whatever, you know, I'm playing Battlefield, and it's great. And then I realise, I have none of my attachments. What the fuck? And then, wait, what? Oh, you son of a bitch. So the server list finally gives me populated servers, and all of them bar 2 have high ping. I guess we'll join this one. Okay. This one? I'm spamming the click button here and nothing is working. It's at this point that I realise that I've logged into the wrong account and that I need to get a refund so I can reinstall the game and hopefully relink it to my actual Origin account, since I have 2. But nope, it gets linked permanently to your goddamn account. This is obviously my fault. I just used the wrong email address to sign into Origin, and I can see why they've done it, I guess. So, I have to contact EA support, and to do that I have to go into a live chat with someone with a lesser understanding of English. But then, after I finally got my account hopefully unlinked and my Steam wallet suddenly filled, I had a thought. Nah, let's not rebuy Battlefield or Dragon Age. Let's wait. Let's stand by for Titanfall. Titanfall 2 is back, baby. Now, we all know why Titanfall 2 flopped. It came out in the same week as both Battlefield and Call of Duty, in what is possibly one of the worst errors EA has ever made, among, you know, all of the others.
As surprise mechanics.
However, I can sort of see why now. EA must have had the confidence in Respawn and what they created, and the universal praise this game got on release reflects this. You can watch any review of Titanfall and they're all almost glowing. The much needed campaign was really well written and expands the universe, the multiplayer was improved on in almost every way, and Respawn are known to be very player-friendly developers, releasing all of the DLC for the game for free, and constantly listening to player feedback. However, these reviews and all the praise wasn't enough to give the game the boost it deserved, and PC players once again had to go through Origin to play it, which itself was a huge turn-off to anybody like me who wants all of their games and customer data in one place. But now, that's all over. Titanfall is on Steam at less than half the price of Battlefield, and the reviews are once again glowing. If you haven't bought it already, go do it before the sale ends. But if you're not convinced, then keep following along, because I'm going to talk about the game a little bit and try to convince you that it's worth it. Alright, we're in Titanfall, let's start up the multiplayer and search for a game. Boom. Just like that. And in just 15 seconds, we're straight into the action. Your loading times will of course vary depending on your hard drive, but I don't have any special M.2 drive or NVMe, I just have a regular old solid state. The first thing you'll notice about this game is that it's gorgeous. The visual design of the weapons, levels, titans, and the UI is all extremely well done and easy on the eyes. There's a visual clarity which is absolutely essential in an FPS game as quick as this. Enemy pilots are outlined in red when they're close enough, and there's never any confusion between one of the enemy AI and the players. I also happen to really like the inclusion of the AI grunts. They really help to create the atmosphere of a war zone, and make you feel like a badass when you mow them down by the score. Killing them decreases your wait time for your Titan and also increases your team's score, so there's always incentive to kill them. Aiming in with aim down sights also induces a depth of field effect, but enemy players and AI will always stand out, allowing you even further clarity in a game as hectic as this. Things are always blowing up, gunshots are always ringing out, and everyone is always moving. Speaking of moving, did I mention that this game runs on the Source engine? You might not think it to look at it, it's certainly far more visually polished than anything Valve have ever put out, but Source games are synonymous with great movement mechanics. You can see these mechanics in Counter-Strike and in Half-Life more specifically, where air acceleration, strafing and bunny hopping are key parts of efficient movement, and in this game the movement factor is ramped up to the nth degree. Like I said earlier, you've probably heard of this game by now. So you know all the cool things that you can do in this game, like wall running, grappling onto buildings, onto titans, onto players, slide hopping, double hopping, hovering, and a plethora of physics tweaks to make everything I've just said feel fast and fluid. But you can't really know just how cool it is until you've experienced it, especially when you're skilled enough to combine the movement with your aiming. But when you're not boots on the ground, you're in your Titan. I had a lot of worries about Titans being too much of a deal breaker for me. I'm not particularly fond of mech games, and there are some inherent balancing issues that come with playing in such a powerful role. However, I'm pleased to say that while I still do prefer running and beaning people in my own way, I do find the Titan gameplay to be very fun. Dueling with other Titans is especially cool since you'll likely be playing against a variety of them. They managed to find the right balance between mobility and weight for the Titans so that they don't feel slow, but they never feel as fast as a pilot. Ejecting from your Titan to get back out onto the battlefield is also a viable move. You can quickly get the drop on pilots who rely on their movement to escape from the reach of your Titan, and while you're out, your Titan will go into autopilot and essentially make sure you're not wasting any time. Fighting against Titans as a pilot is also something I really enjoy doing. The game gives you plenty of options to help take them down, and it's a real team effort to overwhelm one. Taking one on solo is a daunting task, but taking one on as a team will make you feel incredible. Unless, of course, you find a blind spot. Anyways, we haven't even talked about the campaign yet. I finished the campaign on hard in almost exactly 4 hours, with a fair amount of deaths thrown in there. Suffice to say, it's not the most lengthy of single player campaigns, but it is engrossing and I'm very glad they included it. By the end of it, I was so glad I gave it a shot. The set pieces are incredible, the relationship Jack has with BT is believable.
BT, I found Anderson. He's, in the ceiling.
Objective complete. We have rendezvoused with Major Anderson.
It's cold, BT.
Correct. Anderson's current temperature is 17 degrees Celsius, below the threshold of human survival.
And even though Matthew fucking Mercer is the voice of Cooper, which is a little off-putting to me since I hear him in just about everything I like, I mean seriously, why does anybody hire this? Jack is a good main character, and he never really got on my nerves. You can pick the dialogue between him and BT, which is a small but effective way of letting you tailor your relationship with him. And the world of Typhon really does look beautiful and alien. I seriously haven't enjoyed a campaign like this since Halo Reach, and it was surprising at just how invested I was. All in all, this is a short video, but if you haven't played Titanfall yet, or if you wanted to but didn't want to go through Origin, then you should definitely pick this game up on Steam while you can. It's on sale, the player base is steadily growing so you'll get matches instantly, and who knows, maybe you'll find your new favourite FPS game. Thanks for watching this video, there'll be a new Dead Game Society video out soon, I promise, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I want to hit 1k by the end of the year, and the only way I can do that is with your help. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.